In this Toon Boom Harmony tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the library up here in the upper right-hand corner. Now, usually by default, you'll see this is on Tool Properties. Make sure that when you begin, you move over here to this tab that says Library and click on it. And as you can see here in the library, yours should default to the same libraries that I have: 3D Models, Symbols, and Harmony Premium Library. My symbols right here has this arrow that you can normally toggle, but there's actually nothing here. So when I click on that, it doesn't toggle. I'm going to come back and show you that later. If you see to the left of where it says 3D models and symbols, we have this little icon right here. That icon represents a library, and there's going to be also folders. I'm going to show you that a little bit later as we build it. And what would happen is when I toggled that, you'd see the folders inside the library. Also, I want to point out the difference. These top two icons do not have this little yellow padlock. I know it's very small on this screen. It's like a little red, yellow square with a loop on top. It's like a padlock, meaning this is locked. And in order to lock or unlock that, we need to come up here to this symbol in the upper left-hand corner. It's three horizontal lines. This is often called a hamburger as far as what the icon is called, and that's because the top and the bottom lines represent the bun, and the middle one represents the meat in between. So if you click on that hamburger, you will see that we have View, Edit, and Folders. Now, this is locked, meaning we do not have the right to modify it. We cannot change it. So in order to change that, you come down and click on Edit, Right to Modify, and you'll see that that symbol, that padlock symbol, is gone. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that, and that locks it, just so you know how to do it. But let's go ahead and create a new library of your own. Click on the hamburger. View, Edit, Folders are the three that we have. We want to go down to Folders and click on Open Library. Pause the video and do that yourself. Now you'll see what pops up is a Finder window. This is a Mac computer, so we're working in Mac, and similarly, something will pop up for Windows, but I don't have a Windows computer, so we're looking at this. And then you're going to find where you want to place it. Now, normally you'd want it somewhere in your desktop or something like that, but I'm going to just put mine on, I'm sorry, you're going to put it on in your downloads folder. I'm going to put it on my desktop just because it's an easy place that's clear. I click on New Folder, and I'll give it a name. I'm just going to call this Example Library. You can call yours whatever you want. Click on Create, and then click on Open in the bottom right-hand corner. Go ahead and do that yourself. Now, as you can see, my example library is padlocked. I want to put a folder inside my library. So I need to give the right to modify it. Again, go up to the hamburger, click on Edit, and then make sure there's going to be a check mark. Once I click this, you won't see the check mark unless you go back in. There's a check mark on right to modify, and you can see the padlock has disappeared. Now I'm going to add a folder. Go back up to the hamburger, click on Folders, or move down to Folders, and then click on New Folder. Go ahead and do that. And then what's going to happen? Well, hold on one second. I didn't click on that well. New Folder. Oh, there we go. Actually, I created two. Don't forget, you need to actually toggle this little symbol right here that you see right there. Toggle it, and you'll see that we have two new folders, actually, in my case. I'm going to go ahead and delete that second one because I don't need that. So I could click on that, click on the hamburger. I could go down to Folders and click on Delete Folder. It will ask me if I'm sure. I will click Yes. And that can only happen if I do have the right to modify, which I do. Now on the new folder, I'm going to double click on it. I do not have to click and drag across it. I do not have to delete it. It automatically is highlighted. I can just type right over it, and I'm going to type furniture. I'm going to spell it right. There we go. And now what I can do is I could come down here. I have both of these highlighted, by the way. I have just a very simple lamp and a simple couch just for the purpose of this. I'm going to click and drag this. As you can see, there's the plus sign as I move it across the screen. If I let go of it here, it's just going to create a copy of it. So what I want to do is click and drag, and I'm going to put it right on top of that furniture folder. And now you'll see I have a lamp TPL. I'm going to come back to that. Let's go ahead and do the couch. Click and drag, and I'm going to put it right on top of that furniture folder. Now I have both. I'll go ahead and delete these two layers so you can just see what happens. Let's say I start with nothing. I can import this library by going to the hamburger, and I could click on Open Library, but I already have it. But if I did click Open Library, I would just search for my library, which is on my desktop. I could click on that and click Open. I don't have to do that. I just go into my folder here, and I'm going to take that couch. I'll click and drag that right here on top of my camera view. Then I could do my lamp and do that, and you'll see that it created two new layers with my assets. You could always share this library by sharing the folder that's in your Finder or in your Windows, wherever your documents are, and just share that folder with another person. They will be able to use it. Don't forget to subscribe and like.